Tonight, Dispatches goes inside one of the world's most secretive regimes. It's a brutal military dictatorship, a land of spies and prisons, where dissent is ruthlessly punished. Foreign journalists are banned from Burma, yet for the past year, a team of Burmese cameramen has been filming secretly for Dispatches. They began their work after Cyclone Nargis hit Burma on May 2nd, 2008. The storm killed at least 150,000 people. 2 million were left without homes. The generals who rule Burma were hostile to the international relief efforts and indifferent to suffering. In a devastated landscape, tens of thousands of orphans were left alone, hungry, and traumatized. This is their story.
Kali wala taswala taking tiranomio. Taklim hekane pobe hianya esamke kali wala hine taklelo. Laka saso hida laki kali mu usura fala ula tabatul. Ora that is the sere likira with the todu khawatu pala sa masaba dita klimu dita kahani masaba wana.
Silver Moo is 13. She, her parents, her 2 sisters and her younger brother believed their church would protect them from the rising waters.
Laki kali sulo laki hitaklo laki sisa dula. Lawa mabu po hani wa malu wakin papa kweni ni takam boy oda du peta ni pokun ile to oda peta ni pokun ile to oda ile twi. Yako dana yako dama the hair. Yasamula yamura yipura umuyona. Asankine amupadana. Yasamala yamura yipura yakoga nitamiona.
In the weeks after the storm, our teams had started to infiltrate the Delta region on the coast of southern Burma. Cyclone Nargis and the tidal wave that followed had utterly destroyed hundreds of villages. Among the survivors, tens of thousands of children, orphans of the storm. This film is about their struggle to survive. To make it, our cameramen had to work undercover, evading detection by government spies. Discovery would have meant years in jail. Ten-year-old Ye Pint, 6-year-old Mei Nin, and 3-year-old Nei Lei are brothers and sisters. Unlike the children, their parents were indoors when the cyclone crashed into their village. "14-year-old Lang and 16-year-old Keen said that as the waters rose, neighbours panicked and clung to their mother. Despite the scale of the catastrophe, for weeks the Burmese government prevented international agencies from helping. It feared the presence of foreigners would weaken its power. Instead, Burma's state television proclaimed that everything was under control and that the 12 generals who rule Burma were leading a well-oiled relief effort. The Prime Minister reassured the nation. None of it was true. 3 days after the cyclone, desperate and hungry survivors were paraded in front of the Prime Minister for an official photo opportunity. The visit was also secretly filmed by an opposition cameraman. State television never broadcast the conversation. It showed how from the start, the government expected the survivors to largely fend for themselves. It would be weeks before the generals grudgingly allowed even small amounts of international aid. Deep in the Delta, one of our teams established themselves in a makeshift village that survivors had built on the site of a town flattened by the storm. 1,200 people perished here. When our undercover cameraman first arrived asking to meet orphans, he was given a list 15 pages long. He chose to follow the little orphan family of 3. After their parents died, Ye Pint, Mei Nin, and their little brother Ne Lei were taken to a nearby monastery. Eventually they were brought back to what remained of their village. Our cameraman bought the children the first sweets they'd had since they lost their parents. The villagers were letting the children live in a tiny shack with just one room. They were struggling to find food and water. Other survivors in the village helped them when they could, but they too were hungry and thirsty. At only 10 and 6, Ye Pint and Mei Nin had become surrogate parents to their baby brother.